Statesville, Thibodeau himself, Matt Walsh.
Hi, Almighty! Hi, honey! And welcome to the Friday Night Gamble. Kick your feet up. Stay here a while. Pay no mind that the world's on fire because we're going to have one of real good times tonight. Somebody say hi to Mighty. Hi to Mighty. Because we got a big one tonight, Tony P.
We do.
Good Lord.
We do.
I mean, the thrills don't stop here,
No,
buddy.
no.
I'm going to tell you what, it's just a hot one because we got our friends Jack of Diamonds on here.
Hey!
Allie
Thank you
Smith,
so much.
Wayne Adderton right here in the house.
Right here. Glad to be here.
Every musician's friend. I mean, Tony P, I'm talking like not even in this state. I'm talking to Florida, all over.
You're talking all over.
I'm talking nationwide, honey.
All right.
Nationwide. Tammy
Nationwide.
Webster.
Yes.
She is the co-host tonight of the Friday Night Gamble. We just got to rattle off a couple little things, Tammy and the boys, and we'll get to things and start talking. Well, we got to mention our sponsors. Well, number one, this old guy, he lives, speaking of Florida, Tammy, he lives down in Key West. His name is Butch Lowe, and he just started last week sponsoring the Team Drink, Blaine. Can you believe this stuff is called Butch Light, Dandelion, Clover, Melatonin,
Chill.
IPA.
Look at that.
Yes, Roddy, 18%. Roddy, they're drunk.
They've been drinking
Hey,
it.
listen, I'm going to tell y'all straight up
I think
right
that
now.
dandelion hits those werewolves a little different.
I'm going to tell you what, I got a house
there
full
he
of
is.
drunk werewolves tonight. And I ain't even going to try to hide
He's
it.
already
Y'all, we got
started.
to talk about, we're going to highlight him tonight in a different way. This guy, he lives in Colorado. His name is Todd Doc Sigmeyer. I've been friends with this guy probably since he started making these slides about 20 years ago. And but tonight I'm going to play one of his tone bars. And I tell you what, good people out there, if you go to RockyMountainSlides.com, now you get some choice. I mean, this is like, if Nudie, if all the cats out there know Nudie suits, if Nudie,
Oh,
y'all
yeah, I know a nudie suit.
if Nudie did a damn tone bar, tell me it wouldn't look like this, Tony P. You see it glisten?
Yes.
You see all
yeah,
the
well, it's kind of
disco?
hard because I don't have much light.
Well, let
over
me
here.
put it over here.
It's also sexy.
Yeah, there
It's
we go.
sexy. There's
Yeah.
it.
Yeah,
Glistening.
yeah.
That's nice.
That's Hollywood stuff, you know,
That's
right
real
there.
nice.
So, you know, you got that. And we got to give a big shout out to him. Also got to give a big shout out to Nite Law Firm, who sponsors the new show we have on here. We give away $25 a week, Kylie.
Wow.
The called High Rollers.
$25? 25 hold on?
$25 cash.
Oh, you know what I can do with 25?
And speaking of cash, he's downstairs, holed up, eating the rest of some caviar and all this. You know, apparently he went over to Kathmandu this week, Tony
Really?
P, and he found a body of a Yeti, Tammy, and purchased this thing. I mean, he's going to probably talk about it when he gets up here.
He purchased the body of a
He's
Yeti.
got a body of a Yeti, apparently.
I think he's downstairs eating some of my cake.
Is that what he?
Oh.
That's
That's what
right,
he's
Tammy.
doing.
That's
Yes.
he probably is.
Oh.
Tammy
I
brought
saw
a.
that cake down there. I was
Let's
wondering
talk
if
about
he
this
bought
cake.
Down there eating it.
Tammy,
I
let's
know.
talk about the cake.
Save me some cake.
Richie. No, Tammy brought a what is a fudge brownie
It's a-
pound cake.
Chocolate fudge brownie pound
Hey.
cake.
Yeah, yes.
Oh,
Yeah, yes.
my, she's trying
You
to
gotta
kill her.
love chocolate.
Yes, you
I
gotta
really
love chocolate.
Oh, it's that.
You gotta love
that,
Tammy.
That's a big old glass of milk chocolate, isn't
That's
it?
right.
You
Yes.
gotta love Tammy Webster. Tammy, you're the biggest fan I've ever known of live music.
Except when I scared you, right?
Except when you
I saw that the other day.
I can't believe
I
there
told
were
my wife, I
pictures
said,
of that.
every time I
can't
go see
believe-
Matt play now, that's what I'm going to do. I'm going to sneak up behind him.
Sneak up behind him.
Yeah,
Sneak
I
up
can't
behind
believe there
him.
were pictures of
That
that.
was priceless,
Yes.
though.
That was good.
That
Really
was
good.
before
You really
Matt.
want to put Matt Walsh on the edge.
Matt did not know me well then.
Yeah.
And I mean, his face, if you could have seen him when I got up there beside him, he was like, He didn't know what to do. He didn't
I was
know
scared
which way
headlights.
to go.
Well, you know, you're up there in Asheville. You don't know what the hell's going to happen up there.
That's
You
true.
Yeah.
Blaine, you've been to Asheville.
Brody done got excited on that one, too.
You never know. I mean, that same club that we played in, Tony P, a guy came in his pajamas one night.
Really?
And started dancing. I mean, just cutting the rug.
It's
Don't
Asheville.
know.
That's Asheville.
That's Asheville.
Tammy, I'm thrilled to have you on the show. I can't think of anybody that's not a musician that belongs on the show than you. I mean,
Thanks for having me.
Hell, thanks for making the drive.
But this is your first night seeing us live.
It is.
It is.
Hey, so
Yes.
that's going to be
Yes.
awesome.
Tammy, you say you're from Ohio originally, and
That's
how
where I
long
was
have you
born.
lived in North Carolina? I mean, when did you move? How long you
I was
live in?
8 years old.
8 years old. So you
Yes.
lived in Ohio for 8 years.
Yeah.
All right. Well, you dumped the accent.
Yeah, I'm considered a damn Yankee.
Okay.
Yeah.
Well, we'll take you as you are. But it's fantastic. Blaine,
sir.
Kylie, y'all are Mox Vegas boys, as
Yes,
you
sir.
told me.
Yeah.
You know, we usually go with Davie County because
Yeah.
I'm from Advance, he's from Knoxville. So
He's from L.A.,
So,
Lower
yeah.
Advance.
Okay, Laura. You know, only certain people know that it's called L.A.
Lower Advance.
L.A. I love that. That's
And
like
there
the
does
town-
exist such a place.
Well, you know, this is High Point. It's a town known as Little Chicago, and you go down the road, y'all. If y'all don't know your geographics here, you go down the road about 7-8 miles, you run into L.A., which is called Lower Archdale. Played some places there
Yeah.
long time ago that just weren't worth mentioning.
Yeah.
Good Lord, have
Played a place down there, Red Pig or something like that, and then they closed down.
Yeah,
But
yeah.
it was-
I played back in the low counts days. Me and Austin played a place called Jay Butler's, and man, you could almost, you know, those true crime drama like
Yeah.
documentary thing. You could like have done one of those
Yeah.
off of this.
They closed the sheets down there.
Oh yeah, it's bad. Yeah, it's really
Yeah.
bad. Yeah.
The kind of times we stopped in there, they had police guards at
Every
the
time.
doors.
I used to come out from Charlotte, and every time I'd stop that sheets, you know.
That's
pick
what I
up a
told
club
him. I said,
tail
that's
or
why they
something.
shut it down.
Yeah.
And they, because of me.
Because you.
If they
Right.
shut the
Wow.
sheets down, then
Is
there's
Buddy
a
Hardwood
problem.
with you?
Probably,
Yeah.
well, probably. See, that's who I was
And
going to
Ricky,
say.
which
Yeah.
if
It
you
was-
know, I don't know where Ricky is tonight. Ricky was supposed to be here.
Oh, man.
Tammy, he was, you know, he's had a crush on you since I don't know when.
I think he's scared of me.
I think he is. He may be
I
a
think
intimidated.
little
Yeah.
intimidated, I guess.
Well,
I
you
think
know,
I think that's a good.
The
thing.
last time they were around each other, Tammy roughed him up a little bit.
Uh-oh.
She did.
See, any smart man will be worrisome of a woman.
That's true.
I think I hurt his feelings.
You think so?
Yeah.
My goodness. My goodness. Well, y'all, let's just start out the night with a little music here. And I'm thinking we're going to get the werewolf out. Has anybody got any dollars to throw at him? I didn't even
I
think
got, you know what? I got a $5 bill. I'll
got a
give
$5
him. He's
bill?
gonna have to shake it good,
how good?
It's like real good. He's gonna have to do like a little shaky on Tammy's lap.
Oh,
Sorry, got to get right into
let's
it.
just do a little. Hey, there you are. You're looking good.
There he is. Look at
What's
it.
going on? You got your collar in your in your mouth.
Does
Y'all, let's
serve.
just do like a little boogie and E, you know, or something like
Sounds
this.
good
Like
to
kind of
me.
like.
Oh, that's really my alley. I love that.
God Almighty!
I'll tell you what, honey, if you take it up another step, you could go to the strip club, and they would not turn you down.
That's right.
Damn, baby dog.
Look at him. He's getting at it now. He's all excited.
He's excited. Go kennel up. Go kennel up. Kennel up. Kennel up. Kennel up. Kennel up. Come on. Go on.
We're
You're
gonna
half drunk.
have to give him breathing treatment later.
I'm telling you what, buddy. They've been on these butch lights all afternoon.
Oh.
Go kennel up. Kennel up. Kennel up.
Who knew dandelion? I mean, you know.
I tell you, I'm already feeling this 18% stuff, Tony P. I don't know how it's
I
going
mean,
to.
how do you get 18% of a dandelion into a beer?
And he puts melatonin. Listen, now listen, I'm going to tell y'all something. Last week, I'm going to tell you what, I drank, I think, 3 of these melatonin IPO, dandelion, where the hell they are. And I couldn't get, I couldn't get around Saturday till about 6 o'clock.
Couch lock. You had you on couch lock.
I mean, lot.
It's like eating a big old
But it's
turkey dinner
delicious.
in
I
one
mean, you
bottle.
can't help it.
In one bottle.
That's
I mean,
like
I don't
that's
know
like
what
the
they doing
stuff
down
in Turkey.
I don't
Like,
know.
like you tryptophan, you eat that turkey and you get that
I don't know
tryptophan.
what they're doing. I don't know. I don't even know what they're doing down there in Key West.
There
There
ain't
ain't
nobody
no
knows what they're
damn
doing.
telling.
Let
They're
them
just
do it.
dodging hurricanes, man.
That's right.
Yeah, I mean,
And
if you
dodging hurricanes.
listen, I'm gonna tell you what. My daddy lives down there close to Key West, and he's getting ready to pack up and move ship. You know what I'm saying? Because that last one that come through the hurricane, man, he had like jacuzzis under his house.
Yeah. Oh.
And TVs and
Hey,
couches.
wow.
And
You know.
Yeah, he said
I rode one out in Oak Island this past year, and I can tell
Well,
you.
I remember
it's
that,
the
Tony
same
P.
thing.
Everybody remembers that. Everybody
Yeah.
remembers the Friday Night Gamble. We were talking about it here.
Which
on the
one
show.
was it?
I was riding it out.
Oh, he
It
was riding-
that
it was
one you
crazy.
can't pronounce.
Yeah, I know.
Yeah, the one that starts with an L.
No.
Yeah, I know exactly which one you're talking about. But I'm not going to try it because I'll butcher it.
Yeah, I am going to try it too. That's why
Well,
I'm going to try it.
Yeah, these things are bad. You just don't need to be near no hurricanes.
No.
That's what I'm saying. If I would be scared as hell to live on the coast,
Yeah.
even in North
yeah.
Carolina. I mean, good
Yeah.
lord.
That's people.
man.
Like the people that live in the
Yeah,
Midwest.
Daddy's hightailing it out of down.
Is he?
He's
Wow.
getting out of the Keys. You know, it's just,
People that live in the
That's
Midwest,
sad,
I don't
though.
get
it's
them neither.
fun, and you know, it's
Tornadoes.
fun in Jimmy Buffett songs.
Yeah.
10
But
cup, 4 chalice.
Past that,
Yeah.
You know.
Look,
That thing's a rough.
Jimmy Buffett. That's my
Tammy,
10
I
10
got-
cup, 4
Look at
chalice
that.
right there.
and what are you drinking there? What is? Talk about a
This-
little bit
this
about
is-
because
this is
that's some
Old
smooth
Nick's.
stuff. That's some
Old Nick
smooth.
Williams.
Old Nick Williams Farm and Distillery.
Yes, yes.
They
sir.
got dogs and cats and chickens and goats but they
but they don't got a show bud.
they don't have a show bud. No, they need an attack dog.
I love my show, bud.
But this is but anyway, this is really
He
high
is.
tech stuff. They make a rum. They make a
Oh, so they make a rum.
They make a rum and a vodka, and they've got
Well, I'll
a
tell
they've got a
y'all,
cinnamon
now, that
whiskey.
stuff
Y'all
is
need to try
good
it.
stuff. We've been drinking on that a little bit, and that's good.
It's got a good
stuff.
green corn taste to them. To
Nice
that
fresh. If
moonshine
you like
and
that
stuff.
green
Might as well touch
taste,
your
yes.
chalice.
I don't mind if you touch my chalice. You can touch it anytime.
Touch
Touch
your chalice.
slip
Touch your
on.
chalice.
Well, don't splash
Tammy
it in your eye
Webster,
there,
I
bro.
have to ask.
Don't lose it.
Don't lose it. I mean,
Y'all, I have to ask this. She has, I mean, Tammy Webster will, y'all, if y'all don't know Tammy, she is the type of person that is a music fan. I've never met anybody like her. Well, I have. I've met a few people, but very few that support musicians like she does. But very few that will drive as far as a musician will on a school night to go see a band.
Yeah.
I have to ask, what was your first concert and how old were you?
You're not gonna believe it when I tell you.
I'm probably
my,
not.
My first concert was Rod Stewart.
I love
Really?
it. Hell yeah.
Rod Stewart
How-
in Charlotte.
What year?
Gosh.
What year?
I don't remember. It was the 80s.
80s?
you talk about
Okay.
charisma.
So what brought you to rock?
Really
I mean,
heavy.
had you been a fan, or did you just go to on a whim, or like what
I
happened?
always liked his music. He
Yeah.
was great.
Right. Oh yeah.
You know,
the Faces,
yeah,
all
all of
the
that.
incarnations. Jeff Beck. Yeah.
Yeah. So.
So that thing just. I mean, did it just draw you in? I mean, did you start going to concerts after that? I mean, what
you
happened?
know, I went.
How did you get to be the music lover you are?
Well,
of
I
live
have
music?
to say, my ex-husband got me into blues.
Okay.
Okay.
All right.
It's a good place to blues. Well, you said ex-husband and blues, so I mean, you know that
That
goes
goes
hand in hand.
That
Right
goes
there.
together. That's
Isn't that the natural?
Goes
Say no
hand
more.
Touche. Touche.
But that's how I actually got into blues. I listened to rock growing up. My brother listened to Cream, Led Zeppelin. They listened to a lot of that. I liked a lot of funk.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Okay.
I liked a lot of that too,
All right.
but then
Get down, get down.
yeah. And then so years down the road, you know, I got into blues, and that was it.
And I know you're a huge blues fan and a supporter of the blues. I mean, really.
I seen.
And it takes people, and I'll say this, y'all. It takes folks like Tammy,
It
really,
does.
because the blues. It ain't like the blues is like this big, big money-making commodity, well-known music. It drifts away further and further. If you're a big person in the blues, I heard Bob Margolin say you're like a shrimp in the sea. You know, that's kind of how. So it really takes folks like you and people
Like me. I
and,
love blues.
and
Yeah,
you too.
I'm thankful for people like
and
Kevin
not so
Moses.
much that, but people like the Bradfordville Blues Club down there, Gary Anton. I don't know if he's still around or not, but it takes people like that to really keep that kind of music going. And,
Sure
and
does.
it's not that they're making a lot of money off of it, the club owners, and there are so few real blues clubs left. I mean, like Blind Willie's in Atlanta.
Jazz
is
clubs
one.
too. There's no jazz clubs
There's
anymore.
and that's,
that's
and,
sad.
and I can't help but think that the whole what we're going through now is going to affect those people too and affect
Oh,
those
yeah.
clubs.
Well, hopefully when everything opens up, those kind of places will open back up.
I hope they can
You know?
sustain.
You
I
know?
hope they
I
can
know of
sustain.
I know of
mean,
quite a
it's gonna
few
be
we've
a
already
recovery,
lost
but
though that
yeah.
are just
Yeah.
that friends of mine that I've talked to that are not coming back. They're not even going to try.
Yeah, they're
Yeah.
not even going to try. That's
Yeah.
what's sad. Right?
Yeah, that's
Is
that because it was good venues, you know.
Yeah.
Yeah, I've been open for years. And
I've
then,
seen a lot of older ones though, probably that Joanna Connor.
Yeah.
I seen her years ago at the Double Door. That's where I seen a lot of.
Oh, the
lot
Double
of,
Door. Yeah.
Luther Allison, his son Bernard Allison. I mean, so many, you know, that, and some of them are not here today. Luther Allison was a legend.
I had so
He's the
many
one and only.
fantabulous nights at the Double Door.
Yeah.
I played there one night and the
We've been
power
there
went
once.
out. The power went out, and I'll never forget. Robin Rogers got up and sang with Mookie Brill, "Fever." You know, because you got the bass
Mookie
part.
is
It's all
one
you
of my
need for
favorite
Fever. He
people.
played the stand-up bass, and that was a big night up there. You know, and everybody, a lot of people up there playing. I was up there playing, and all kinds of cats were sitting in and stuff. And power went out, and Robin, you know, God rest her soul, she passed away. She was a fantastic person, fantastic musician. But she sat up there and sang Fever. And the lights never came back on. We all went home.
But you had a good time.
Jack
That's
of
memorable.
Diamonds. Fellas, how did y'all get started? What's the story? I mean, tell me what's going on with Jack of Diamonds. Y'all got an EP out,
We do have an
and I
EP
got to
out.
salute you. I mean, you guys seem like you're just kind of coming out and getting things started.
We are.
And I like your EP cover.
Thank you.
That was something that really struck me right away is your EP cover. Y'all didn't think to do anything, you know, sometimes you don't have to do anything slick to be slick, and that was pretty slick. I like
Sometimes
it.
simple's better.
straightforward.
Yeah,
And I like your
straightforward.
EP, and you guys got a record on the way. Talk about how y'all met. What's the story? I mean,
Well, how it started, I was in a band, a couple buddies of mine, and didn't really work out. There was scheduling issues. Well, Kylie reached
still
out
all
to the bass
friends.
player, who's one of my good friends who was in the band. They talked for a while, and we decided to play. And basically, in one session, we figured, you know, it sounded pretty good.
Our drummer
So-
says it the best. He says it. You know, you got something good when you're sitting there playing. You're playing, you know, something that you've never played before, and you're playing all together, and everybody's got a big smile on their face. You know something's going right.
something's
so,
going right. Something's good.
So it's
Something's good.
kind of stuck because I'm quite a bit older than these fellas. So I mean,
Yeah. All
but
right.
but it meshes well. I just have to remember not to be Blaine's daddy most of the time instead of his friend. So
Yeah.
It's-
Blaine, how's that work?
I was I tried. I'm a little hard-headed sometimes, you could say. Well, how it worked out was I was a rhythm player in my other band, so
Yeah.
I have learned, you know, what I know now in the past 2 years. So I really pushed
He's
myself
come a long
to kind of
way
try
from-
and fill that lead guitar role.
Yeah.
he
And
stepped
it
right up, and I couldn't be prouder of
It
Blaine.
took a long time, but you know, a lot of practice.
Well, Tammy, what do you got for these guys?
So Kylie, who actually inspired you with the type of music that you're playing?
That's a hard question to ask me. I mean, I'll be honest with you. If it's music, I love it. I mean, in some form, if I don't like that song, I'll find another song in that form of music that I like. Whether it be like African drum beats or blues or rock and roll or rap or country or R&B. So I really draw inspiration from pretty much every aspect of music.
So there's just not one.
There's not really one personal. The one I've listened to the most probably would be the Delta Blues. Lightning Hopkins, Howlin' Wolf,
You can't beat
Blind
them.
Lemon Jefferson.
So where do your country music influence come from? I mean, how
So-
did that happen?
So my family's all from Goldsboro, around Goldsboro, and down in the eastern part of the state where it's mostly really rural. And they got a lot of tobacco and cotton and stuff like there. And that part of the country hadn't moved along and progressed as fast as the rest of the country or the rest of the state has.
Yeah.
So if you get 10 miles in or 20 miles in from the beach, it's all farmland still.
Oh yeah,
So-
yeah, that's no man's land.
Yeah, so my family
You ain't
lived
got no-
there, and
no
they
grocery
all
store,
listened to
nothing.
old classic country and stuff like that. My parents, my mom and dad, they lived in Calypso, North
Goldsboro
Carolina,
and all, yeah.
which is it's a crossroad and a railroad track, and if you sneeze, you'll miss it. But that's where they lived, and so they all liked country music. My mom and dad used to shag a lot, so that's where I got the R&B influence. They would have parties at the house.
Well, that shag thing with the beach music, you could.
I love beach.
Well,
music.
what is beach music? We talked about this on the show before,
Yes.
Tammy. And what is beach music? Because a lot of times when they come up and say, "Well, play beach music," here's what I'd do. I'd revert back to this old Jimmy
It's the
Reed.
blues.
Well, let's see. Hold on. Well, I'm
A
unplugged.
lot of my friends that talk about beach music,
All you do is just do this.
it's shagging. It's
Yeah,
shagging.
at various speeds. Yeah, that's it.
Yeah, or you can go.
There you go.
So any of that stuff.
That's but see there again. You just played that. That's almost the midnight headlight. Blah,
Right,
blah, blah.
yeah. I mean, and
it's
it's like
all
they don't know
connected.
the difference. It's like anytime anybody just come up and say, "Hey, play some beach music," we just play Jimmy Reed.
Well, a lot of times it's like Jimmy Buffett.
And
Yeah.
Jimmy,
Yeah.
I mean, it just covers such a.
That's 2 times he's come up tonight.
It covers such a.
Tony P,
wide-
that's 2 times he's come up tonight. I got my
Jimmy-
10 cup
I'll
full chalice.
tell you, I mean, what is
Look
it?
at that.
What is going on? I mean,
I don't know.
we're
Jimmy Buffett night tonight.
Hey,
Yeah,
you
it's Jimmy Buffett.
hey.
It's dead winter.
I don't
We're
care.
all
I
on
love
warm
him.
weather.
I always
I
loved
do
Jimmy
too.
Buffett.
That's why I was getting ready to say it,
I
brother.
love him.
I was getting ready to say.
I've been to like 4 of his concerts, and I've got some crazy stories.
Well, Kelly.
Yeah, I'll
Kelly
bet
went
so.
to- Kelly,
Everything he represents is great.
Kelly went to one by chance, and I was jealous.
Yeah.
Yes,
I mean,
sir.
honest. I mean, we talk all this. Yeah, I mean, yeah, it sucks when you go to a bar and people are playing Jimmy Buffett cover songs. But the
Yeah.
real deal, I mean, hell, man,
Yeah.
that's great.
I mean,
That's
because hey, listen,
son of a son of a
those are
sailor.
his songs, and
But
he
that's like
just
Willie.
sits
And we're
there
talking
and,
about Moolah. I hear
You
him.
feel it when Jimmy Buffett. sings.
Listen, I'm talking about feeling. I feel his presence, and you can't help but feel his presence, folks.
See, all that makes me want to play poker.
Well, you
You
got.
feeling him though? Are you feeling his presence?
I'm feeling his presence, and you got to give it up for Richie Cash and High Rollers.
High rolling. Yeah.
Richie!
What's happening, Richie?
Richie! What's going on,
Yeah,
brother?
yeah.
Glad to be here.
Tell me
Glad to
about
be
this
here.
damn Yeti
Hey, I
corpse.
just got
Oh,
back.
yeah.
I got back from Kathmandu by way of Las
I mean, what's
Vegas,
going
of course.
on, brother?
Well, I can't give out a lot of details about it right now.
Well, have you got the? We want to see the corpse. Why have you not posted the corpse, like a photo or
I said it for hair.
Hey, all of this will come out shortly, but all it is
I mean, is it legal stuff that you've got to go
we still
through?
got to work out some things
Okay.
with the government of Nepal.
I mean, what took you to Nepal to get this thing in the
Nepal.
first place?
You know, where else are you going to go looking for it?
I mean, is this
I
a
don't
hot?
care
I
what
mean,
that
is the
crap-
Yeti? I mean, is the Yeti like a interest of yours?
So-
Well, I
is this a
first
money
met-
making venture or what?
Well, of
Tell
course,
me.
it's got to be.
Hey.
It's a money.
Was a Bigfoot too expensive?
No.
And so you had to go with a Yeti?
Well, this was a real Yeti, Tony P.
Well, that's, I mean, a Bigfoot. It's kind of like a
Do I
Bigfoot,
look like
right?
the kind of person that would make that kind of?
Tony, you don't know.
That's some
Now, look, I'm here
Very
to help
important
people.
That's some
show at this
disrespect
point.
right there,
I'm,
man.
look, I'm here to help make
If I was
people
you, I would
rich,
take
not get. But we've got a Yeti. The conditions there help preserve the carcass. So we've got one. It's not
He's
a
really
lie.
important to the show right
It's
now.
not
Yeah.
a lie.
Are you
Woo,
gonna
let's
donate
go.
it? Are you gonna
High
donate
rollers.
it to him?
High rollers.
No, I'm going to sell it to the highest bidder. Because
You're
that's
not
what
going to donate it to a
No.
museum?
But
Can we
we're
get a
gonna pay
peek later
cash.
on?
Baby,
I
what
mean,
you got
yeah, maybe
tonight?
just
What you
a
got
quick
tonight? Man? How
picture.
much you giving away tonight?
We're giving away
25?
$25 cold hard cash. And that's
Holy
thanks to our
shit.
friends at Nip Law Firm. That's Nip Law Firm.
Nip
They're
Law
in the-
Firm. Nip Law Firm, y'all.
In the
Yes.
Lake Norman
Yeah.
area, but they
Woo.
also have 7 offices in the Metro Charlotte area. They do real estate law, estate planning, and family law. So,
Fantastic.
ladies, gentlemen, when you want to lock that down, so that other special other one right now in your life,
Oh, you're
Doesn't
thinking
can't
about
get
Valentine's Day. I get it.
Yeah,
I get where
Valentine's
you're going.
Day is
I get
right
where
around
you're
the
going. I
corner.
get where you're going.
nothing like a prenup or an antenuptial agreement. I'm just saying, you got to protect that cash. You know, you love them now, but who knows what's going to happen in 2 weeks.
Richie, you speak like a man of experience.
Hey,
Yeah, he
you
knows.
got to, there's a reason I have all this cold hard
You
cash.
get a
to
taste
give
of that
away.
money.
And how I give it away is, it's easy. The game is high rollers. We have a wheel here. It's got 7 categories on it, all over the board. From mixed drinks to North Carolina musicians to random shit to things about Buddy Hardwood. It's easy. I spin the wheel. I ask a very simple trivia question. If you're a fan of the show, the first correct comment on the the Facebook Live stream gets 25 cold hard dollars. Real
Yeah.
cash.
Yeah.
Real cash.
Real
Real cash. Real cash.
Richie, I like it. I
Ask
like
Kent
it.
and Heidi. Ask Liz Bloodworth. Ask Robert O'Neill. They'll tell you the money's real. And now that we've done that business, let's get the game on. Lycanthropy is tonight's category. Who wants to?
God bless you.
It's the science and the study of werewolves for those
Aha.
playing at home.
Ah.
For those playing at home. Lycanthropy. Tonight's question
Like it.
is lycanthropy is a very.
I don't think
Yes,
you say it
sir.
the same way each. Yeah.
I do it the way they taught me at Yale.
Okay.
That's all I say.
We had kind of a French kind of thing.
I mean, really?
Lycanthropy.
Like you learned it in Paris.
Well,
Whatever, it's high class.
I
Anyway.
do we once a
That's
week.
how the rich do. You know?
It's high
I
class.
talk so much high class.
How does Robin
I
Leach?
did.
How does Robin Leach say it?
Well, here's the lifestyles of the rich and famous
Okay.
of the lycanthropy world.
All right.
I did do some
Imitations
abroad
aren't your thing.
in France.
Imitations.
But anyway, back to tonight's question. Tonight's question: werewolves hate the smell of this plant and will not go near it.
Oh.
Ooh.
It
that's
is
a good
a
question.
plant.
That's a hard one, Tammy.
Werewolves hate the smell of this plant and will not go near it.
Ooh, I don't
Okay,
know
I'll
that
be back
one.
shortly. The first correct comment on the live stream
I
wins the
don't know
Monday.
that one.
Now back to Matt and Tammy.
Yeah.
Woo! And the fellas. And the fellas.
All right, all right.
Hey, hey,
Jack
hey.
of Diamonds.
Thank you, sir.
Jack of Diamonds. So, yes. Courtesy of Rocky Mountain Slides. and Picks.
Oh yeah. This,
I have never played a pick this thick, and I hit it with the guitar.
So
one
what do you
time.
think
about
it? I love it.
That's
I don't
like,
know that I'll
it's
play it,
almost
though.
like a jazz pick. You know,
It's-
the
oh, wow.
jazz
Super
guys
nice.
they play with them really thick picks, you know.
It's almost more easy to control than me
It's
than
like a
thin
bass pick.
Like I can, or I can.
It sounds good.
They're made from antlers.
It sounds
Made
good.
from antlers.
I love the way this thing
it's got a
sounds.
nice
Yeah.
feel to it.
Yeah,
does.
nice
All
stuff.
right, let's hear it.
Well, we got to ask them some more
Let's hear it.
questions, man.
Okay.
We got to ask
She's
them.
all about live music now.
Ah,
I'm
she
telling
is.
you.
I mean,
Yeah.
Tammy's
Oh,
ready.
Tammy's
Tammy's
always
good.
got
Man.
it.
Tammy's
Yes,
got it
yes.
for the live
Ready
music.
to
I've
go.
only known Tammy through live music events. You know, I mean, so
Patience is where
She
it
was
is.
in our video that we made together. Come Here No More.
she wasn't she?
Yes, she
she was.
was.
Yes.
Yes, she was. Yes, she
I'm
was.
sorry, I was very busy that
Tammy,
day.
you are the ultimate music fan. I'm gonna let you guide a lot of this interview because you got all the questions that I'm a musician, so I can only talk about these guys like, hey y'all, didn't you hate it when like they treated you like the wait staff at the gig?
Ours would be more like getting beer bottles thrown at us, but yeah.
Tammy, what you got for the fellas?
Blaine, how long have you been playing?
Oh, that's a good question. Okay, I started when I was 11. Picked it up. Really, what got me into it, I was watching Woodstock with Jimi Hendrix. I would love to watch that. And I was just amazed at the sounds that he could make and watching him just watching his hands. You know, his hands were probably double the size of mine. But from there I was hooked. I started and I played until I was about 14, just kind of learning, and then I seriously picked it up again probably 3 years ago.
You're not much older than
How old are
10,
you now,
you?
Blaine?
No,
I don't feel bad asking you.
I'm almost 27.
Okay. Well, you're damn doing good for
Yeah.
now 3 years.
Yeah, I set it down for a while, and I was interested in other things when I was younger. I kind of picked it up, just me and my buddy picking around, and I got really into it. So
Yeah. That's all it takes.
Had to
is
start
just,
a band,
is just getting
you know,
the bug. I mean, you're never too old to do this stuff, really. You know, I mean, you
This is
really
something
aren't.
that is ageless. That's what I've
It
learned.
really isn't. I mean, you know, some
It's
people
ageless.
have it, you
Get
know,
better with
their whole
time.
life, and they don't realize it, and if something happens,
music.
I mean, Kelly started painting, you know, I mean, and it just started with a Bob Ross. But now, I mean, I went to school for this mess for 6 months and learned less than she has off of YouTube.
I'm telling you.
They ain't no mess
That's the
ups.
way
It's
to
just
go.
happy accidents.
Dude.
I mean, really.
I get lost in YouTube. I try to learn stuff off YouTube, but it just is. I get lost in all
You
the
can do
options.
anything you want.
I
to.
can learn
You
anything
can.
you
You really
want.
can. I mean, it's crazy.
If you have the tools and the gumption to learn,
If you know how to
If you
spell,
have the time,
somebody
you know
that
how to
gets your
spell, you
interest
can look up
through
Listen,
anything.
if you
Yeah.
got the same shit that it took in person to go to an instructor,
Yeah.
Yeah.
you got the time, the patience, and the
You can-
wherewithal
that's right.
to rehearse it.
and
to
if it ain't, it's
practice
on
it.
Google. If it ain't on YouTube, it's on Google.
Yeah.
And
What
if
is
it's
that-
not,
what
it's
is
on the
that?
Friday Night
John
Gamble.
Fanatics, he said, you can Google it. It's worth a Google.
Yeah. Everything's worth the Google.
That's right.
Kylie, how did you get started playing music? How did it start? You say
Well-
you've been playing music for 25 years.
No,
right?
I've really not been playing since I've been playing since my 30s.
How old are you now?
I'm 45.
Are you?
Yeah.
Shit, you're older than me.
Yeah, I'm old, man.
Almost 44.
So I
Shit ain't getting any easier, is it?
No. You talking about getting up in the mornings, right? Getting out of bed. There's a whole bunch of creaks and pops that I didn't know were there left
Listen.
yesterday. But anyway, yeah, it's yeah. It's so. I mean, basically,
But how did you get your start? How did you start playing music?
my first CD player, and that's what it was. Is I got it as a Christmas
Nobody in
gift.
your family musical or anything like that?
My granddaddy was on my daddy's side. He was kind of musical. I got a guitar. That's a whole nother story for a whole nother interview. But I got a guitar of his that he played, and I got
What kind of
a
guitar?
harmonica of his that he
What kind of
got
guitar?
from Germany.
I don't even know if it has a label.
I don't think there's a
It
label
really
on
doesn't.
Oh,
It's
interesting.
it's an old guitar. Quick story. My dad painted it, broke my granddaddy's heart. I got the guitar, took it home, stripped it down, completely redid the guitar, gave it back to my daddy. He cried like a baby for Christmas one year, and now he passed away, and I got the guitar back. So that's where I kind of started learning.
Well, I tell you, I had an old friend, Tammy, Barry Harris, and Tony, I want you to pan over to that werewolf painting over there on the
Oh,
wall.
I've captured it.
Oh,
I
Because
captured it.
now I'm gonna tell you what. It's funny how your subconscious.
Where's the?
Well, I'm gonna tell you how your subconscious works. This is a Barry Harris werewolf, and Barry was a great blues man. He was a friend of mine. He was almost like a second daddy to me. But I sent this to his family this weekend after I painted it,
Yeah.
and I said, "Do y'all think it looks like Barry?" And his granddaughter come back and said, "Yeah." Renee came back and said, "Yes, it looks like Dad, Granddaddy." And
That's
I don't
awesome.
know. I don't know
Hey,
how that
listen.
happens. I don't know how that happens.
Was how you painted it? How you remember seeing it?
Yes.
Well, no, I mean he wasn't even in the picture when I painted it. He really wasn't.
Really?
He really wasn't. No. he
But
really
Matt's not only a musician, he's an artist.
Wasn't. But the funny thing,
Right.
the
He might have
the
some
reason
ESPN
I
going on.
mentioned
This
y'all-
whole house has turned into an art house.
this is a house of art, y'all.
This is
It's a
awesome.
house
I
of
wanted
art
to ask you
music.
about this one over here.
That's my. Well, hold on. Let me finish this. Let me finish
You
this.
jumping
I-
shit.
that's
That's
what
what
I
you
love.
jumping shit.
I've been looking at that one.
So why I mentioned Barry is you talking about guitars getting stripped.
Yeah.
A guitar he gave me was an old hollow body, and I had a cutaway where somebody dropped it and busted out. A luthier got it and made a cutaway out of it.
Wow.
That's pretty cool.
But anyway, he had taken that damn thing and painted it black. Then he sanded it and he painted it red. Then he painted it blue. And he sanded it back to its natural finish, to where he sanded it so much that the wood is like that thin. I mean, really,
Sound like you're playing paper?
it's a fantastic guitar.
I bet so.
So this painting over here was done by my Uncle Mike Walsh.
Oh,
It
wow.
is
And,
amazing.
And
I
he
like-
had,
I like
thank
that
you,
a lot.
thank y'all. And he did this claw back here too, y'all, that's paying attention to the,
Oh, wow.
the background.
Yeah, that
like
claw, I
To
love
me,
too.
y'all,
There's Castle Grayskull.
There's Castle
Yes.
Grayskull back here. I mean, there's a painting of Batman I did when I was 12 years old. But anyway, this claw was done by my Uncle Mike, and this was his painting was too. He had this fantastic method of going out. This is a real spider web.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
So where he would spray paint the spider webs
And then run the picture
run the
through it.
camera.
And that's
Man,
not
that
the
is
only
too
one. That's
awesome.
not the only
I can
one
see
in
with
your
the
house
leaves,
that's
it
like
looks
And
like
that's
he
not all. I mean,
meshed
you
it
look over
together.
here at the Unknown Comic over here that y'all was for Halloween. That's one of his heads underneath there and stuff. So yeah, he was a fantastic artist.
The fact that he did that, I mean, that's to me, that's true art. That's
he was a true artist, man.
Because you're thinking outside the box.
I'm gonna tell you what. When you walked into his house when he was alive,
I
you
bet
walked,
yeah.
it was like walking in a museum.
I bet so.
I mean, he had so much gladiator and just anything from that to, you know.
Well,
that's
I mean,
awesome.
look at the size of that. I mean, can you imagine how long it just took him to do
Get a
that?
little shot of it. Can you get in?
Yeah,
Can you get in
yeah.
there?
Could you see him running through the woods getting that?
Oh, Uncle Michael.
Do you know how funny that would have been watching, like on the other side?
Hey,
But
well,
they're beautiful. I
He
mean,
I
was-
it's
he
noticed
was a character,
the
man. He
leaves,
was
man.
quite the
That,
character.
it looks like he put the leaves on there and then kind of
Yeah.
painted over.
Oh, yeah, that's
it.
layered.
And
That's
actually,
layered.
he
And
did,
then
he
layered
did
all of
little
it.
faces. There's little trolls in here too. If you look real deep, you can't see them. Y'all won't be
I
able
see
to see
one
'em.
right there. It looks like Chucky.
Yeah,
This
looks
is
like-
eye right there.
you
It
go.
almost looks like Chucky.
There's all
upside
kinds
down.
of little.
Oh,
hidden
yeah, I see
things
that.
in
Okay.
there and stuff.
Yeah.
So it's
Wow.
Child's play.
fantastic.
Anyway,
Y'all
sorry.
do one of these. Do that song, Black and White, or what was there a number y'all going?
Yeah, we can do black and white, or if you want us to, we can do one that's going to be on the new album.
Well, let's do that one.
Half cup of coffee.
I think it was.
The one you want to
Yeah,
play
the-
with us, or is it I ain't the
The
one?
bluesy one.
I ain't the one.
I ain't the one.
Y'all already
Yes.
played one. So
Yeah.
let's play I ain't the one.
We play that one for sure. I'll put a little bit of it. Yeah, I knew you'd come home again tonight. Whiskey on your breath, just looking to start a fire. You've been running around this town with those good time friends, while I've been here all night, just waiting for you to come home. Well, honey, I ain't the one who walked out the door. Honey, I ain't the one who's been sleeping on the floor. Honey, I ain't the one you can tell those lies to. Not anymore. 'Cause honey, I ain't the one. God knows we've had our share of fights and fun. And I know all too well all the things I did to make you run. Those lies you tried to tell, well, they have won my patience then. All those tears that you've cried might as well rain on hot tin. 'Cause honey, I ain't the one that walked out the door. Honey, I ain't the one that's been sleeping on that floor. Honey, I ain't the one you can tell those lies to. Not anymore. Honey, I ain't the one. 'Cause I seen this all before. I've heard your threats and no slamming doors this time. I'm only gonna hear one more. know I ain't always done you right. And there's times I left you home alone, oh so many nights. But honey, you've done it now. Well, I'm walking right out that front door. Not gonna stand here and wait for the end anymore. 'Cause I'm gonna be the one that walks out the door. And you're gonna be crying on that floor. Honey, I ain't the one you can tell those lies to. Not anymore. 'Cause honey, baby, sugar, darling, Buddy Hardwood's girlfriend.
Oh.
I just ain't the one. I had to call out Buddy. I'm sorry.
Buddy Hardwood's girlfriend. Good Lord. Which one?
You know, anyone. I'll take my pick.
He's a ladies'
Oh, man, I
man.
like what you did with that. That sounded great.
Yeah.
Well, thank you, sir.
That
Thank
sounded
you.
really
Thank
good.
you for letting me be a part of it. Hell.
I love old Domino there. She's pretty.
Tammy, what you got for the fellas?
When you're playing, I always wondered the feeling that you get when you're playing music. I mean, you gotta love it, or you wouldn't be doing it.
No.
I mean,
You're
what?
right. You want to go first?
I will
You
go
want me to go first? Go ahead.
It's something that I've been told is kind of just like the same feeling as, you know, a fighter or something like that. Whenever they're performing at their peak, or a sports athlete, whenever you're playing, everything's meshing. You get a certain feeling of
Is it like a high or something like a?
almost. It's like a feeling of euphoria. You feel
Euphoria is what I would
Yes,
say.
it's
It's
a
almost
re-
like you
it's
don't
a-
even realize you're there.
it's one of the like the best releases that you could have.
Yeah.
A lot of people have it in different ways. You know.
That's why it freaks this
Music
guy out
is-
so
it-
much when you snuck up behind him, because he didn't even know where he was at that moment.
Right.
And he felt
was
somebody.
in
He felt his aura. Your
was in
bubble.
the cloud.
It's right here. He felt his bubble get penetrated. And he's like, wait a minute, somebody's in my bubble.
Somebody is with
Feel
him
your presence.
three
But that's
feet
because
from
it
you.
does.
Well, I'll say this. I'd rather it be Tammy than
That's right.
anyone else.
That's exactly right.
Yeah.
Because Tammy is benign. She won't do anything bad to you.
Hey, it's better than some of those that was there that night. That.
I'm going to tell you, well, you know,
Maybe Tammy should tell the story.
well, I'm going to tell you, I ain't no spring chicken when it comes to this playing live music stuff. And we talked about this a couple episodes ago, but playing out in the Midwest, I mean, it's a different thing. You know, I don't know. It's a different demographic out there. Everything's different.
I think every part of the country's like that.
And you playing these working man bar. I mean, I played a lot of these tough bars, man. And I mean, sometimes you worried, you know, if you were going to get out of it.
Right.
I mean, it sounds all romantic and stuff, but it's not fun
No.
when you're there. Seriously.
Now,
It's
when
not.
you're in the moment, it's not romantic.
I mean, I've been in bars when I was young, when I was in my early 20s, and playing where, you know, some guy just came in and you were taking a break and you were standing next to the bar and somebody just came in and just knocked some guy in the jaw, and you heard the smack of the fist.
Yeah.
And the guy just went down and he was out cold, man.
That's when we start playing Charles Daniels Band.
Well,
Then you gotta see that and then go back on and play some more.
Yeah.
scary
We had one not too long ago where it was a pretty big fight to the point where me and Blaine were pushing people off the stage
Really?
to keep them from messing our stuff up. And I kind of told him, I said, hell, I don't know that I feel like I've done anything if I ain't had to kick somebody off stage.
Well, yeah.
That's just that one time,
Was that
though.
really a performance? I mean, nobody stormed the
I ain't no
stage.
superstar. It was just that one time, and it's because they were fighting and it just happened to spill over.
years ago, I did this thing. I ain't gonna tell it, damn.
Come on now,
I ain't
come on.
gonna- Okay,
I
years
don't
ago,
mind.
I did this commercial. with this thing called Spangles. I'm gonna release it pretty soon. But Spangles was a big, real well-known fast food restaurant out in the Midwest. And so I did this thing. It's a commercial where I go, mudslide. Okay? And it's all based around a Jerry Lee Lewis song called You Leave Me Breathless.
I knew that's where you were going with
You
that. I
leave
knew that's where
me.
you were going with that.
And I was like, and so anyway, they wanted something fit. And so anyway, long story short, I played in this. Everybody, the guy from Spangles that was the owners, they were two, the brother and sister owned it. And the brother told me, he said, when you come back, he said, when this comes out, you're going to not realize how many people watch
So
it.
Spangles is like Applebee's, or
It was kind of like that, yeah.
Yeah.
And
I
so
know.
It's
anyway,
more like a truck stop.
I mean,
Applebee's,
I would
wasn't
go in Walmart,
I'm a
and
Southern boy.
little
I never heard of
little kids would come up and say, "Mama mudslide," you know. I mean, I was just like, I can't. It's funny because I went on the road for 3 weeks. Like after he told me that, the guy said, "Hey man," he said, "You're never gonna believe how many people watch TV till this comes out." Well, after that, I went on the road for 3 weeks and did a little tour and went through the Southeast and stuff. And so I came back. I mean, as soon as I got off the airplane and went to a convenience store, somebody said, "Mudslide." You know?
That's awesome.
And
though.
one night,
That's
this
awesome.
heckler was in a club, and he kept on mudslide. He just being an asshole. And I looked at him. I said, "Cocksucker."
You know, you
And he
can't
was-
say that shit from stage.
Well, he's a big guy.
Yeah.
But my point was, he's a big guy. And I thought, man, you
They
know,
say the bigger they are, the harder
and
they fall.
I'm the kind of cat, you know, I'll let shit come out of my mouth just because I had a, you know, emotion.
Oh, yeah.
And I thought, man, I fucked up. I really.
He's going to be
fucked
waiting
up.
for me outside.
Because I kept trying to stretch out the set, hoping that he'd leave. Because he sat in the back of the room, just like straight face, like goddamn, you know.
All you have to do is play any
Ed
Dylan
Kemper
song.
or something.
Any Dylan song. You keep that shit going all
I
night.
finally took a break, and he came up and he shook my hand. He said, "Hey man," he said, "you know what? I was being an asshole, and if you were brave enough to give it back to me," he shook my hand and said, "You know." So, but yeah, they still play that goddamn commercial. and the funny thing,
Mudslide.
Richie Cash, you should have been my advisor because
Do you get those
listen.
royalties?
Well, I got $1,200 for doing it.
Nice.
And
Yeah.
it took me,
Yeah.
but listen, wait, it took me 30 minutes to record the bit, right? And then probably 30 minutes to do the video. But they still took my fucking thing going, mudslide. They loved it.
And how old were you?
Oh shit, I mean I was 25, 27, you know, something. But they still use it today. My son calls me from Kansas and says, hey Dad, I heard it on the radio. They don't do anything but the mudslide. Mudslide. You know?
But you don't get any royalties off
still-
of it no more, right?
Rich,
Oh.
that's the
knows the
problem.
mudslide
guy.
But I will
Mudslide
say
guy.
this.
Cash.
Well, listen, Richie, the thing was, I went to this guy, Kevin May. You heard of House of Blues? I mean,
Yeah.
right? It was House of Blues? Not
He's
House
in
of
prison
no,
now.
Room Full of Blues. Room Full of Blues. Duke Robillard was a part of it one time. Well, this guy in Kansas and living in Wichita, Kevin May, he was part of Room Full of Blues, which shows you how a big guy he was. And he says, "Hey man," so he comes up, he said, I did a Spangles commercial." He said, "Say pay in burger bucks." And I said, "Burger bucks? What are those?" He goes, "Well, you get like free whatever hamburger you want for a year."
Shit.
Spangles. I said, "No, they paid me cash." He said, "You're the first son of a bitch."
Really?
You must have got in early on that.
Well,
day.
and listen, and listen,
Monday!
they wanted a mudslide part 2,
Oh my God!
but I told them that I upped the ante. I told them 2,400.
How could you improve on it? I mean,
I
because if
had
this
it.
had been
And
in
they
so
were
many
out,
people's
and I was
heads,
done. They,
and
they
it
were
grown.
done. They had me. Richie Cash, we
how
got
could
a
you improve
winner.
on it?
We got a winner because I failed at mudslide.
Matt Walsh,
You got to give it up, man.
we have controversy.
Oh
This
my
week in
God.
the game of high rollers.
You gotta
where
give
we
it
spin
up.
the wheel
You
and
gotta
ask
give
a
up a-
question
you gotta give up a
about
winner.
the show. Tonight's question was in lycanthropy.
Is that the French pronunciation?
It
or
is
that
the study of werewolves.
That's more like the Argentina.
Let's get down to business, guys. I
Okay,
know
okay,
y'all
not
like to
monkey bit.
dilly-dally.
All right.
Here was tonight's question. Werewolves hate the smell of this plant and will not go near it. They hate the smell of the plant, and will not go near it. The correct answer is wolf's bane. Now, Nancy Cranford answered Blaine, then Bane, and then friend of the show Liz Bloodworth and a high roller answered Wolfsbane. Who do you think the winner is?
Well, who came first?
Right.
Well, it is Bane the correct answer is the controversy. Is what we were
thought they were
working
trying to
with.
say my name.
I think we're looking for Wolfsbane.
If it's Jeopardy, Wolfsbane's got to be Wolfsbane.
Did they ask
I ain't
you
trying to
to
go
vote?
against
No,
nobody. I'm just
Yeah,
saying.
we were down there
Bane
consulting.
is very.
Whoever said
generic
Wolfsbane
phrase
I think we're out to
of
get the
weed,
Liz
right?
Bloodworth.
Or
Yep,
brand
yeah,
of-
so
I
that
think
was-
Liz Bloodworth is another. Has she a 2-time winner?
She's a two-time winner.
Good
She
Lord
joins
almighty.
Ken and Heidi. There are high rollers, and we had lots of responses. lots of
Congrats,
correct responses.
Liz.
All right,
Congrats.
Liz.
Congrats to Liz.
I'm a club tail, Liz.
Yes.
A sunny margarita. I know
Right.
she's doing one right now.
For your last bit of money-making advice for the week, take Tampa Bay, 31-27.
Wow.
Right here.
All right.
I got
Wow,
inside
okay,
information
we're
from
gonna
my guys
revisit
in
this.
Vegas.
We're gonna revisit
Enjoy the
this
Super
next
Bowl.
week.
Next
31,
week.
Next
week,
Hey,
Richie,
this man's
on
owns a Yeti carcass. So
Yeah, bingo.
listen to him.
I want to and Richie, I hope that you're going to send some photos I can post this week of the Yeti.
Oh, wow. Yes, absolutely.
Okay, so
Absolutely.
you're going to.
But there will be.
I mean,
a
it's
fee
like,
now.
is he on ice right now? I
Fee.
mean,
Yes. Yeah,
Yes,
that's
of
part,
course.
that was part of what
So is he here?
took so long. He's en route.
Is
Dry-
he route? Is he
He's
gonna
okay,
be
so
I have,
delivered
my
here?
I have my top assistants working
Is
on
he
it.
gonna
Dry
be
ice. He's
here
on
like
dry ice.
tonight?
That's what it is.
If not tonight,
It's on
definitely
dry ice.
before the Super Bowl. I'm
Ricky-
hoping to watch the Super Bowl.
Richie-
Oh, is he gonna be encased in your like living room in
Yes,
front of your big
that's
screen, just
right.
all gassed
Oh,
up,
wow.
you know?
Right,
and
right.
some
I had
crypto
propped up.
tank?
Oh,
And we're
wow.
taking Tampa Bay and Tom
We have an
Brady.
invitation to your Super Bowl party too.
Oh, yes, absolutely. Come by.
Wait,
Come by.
I didn't get an invitation.
Do you get one?
High rollers only, man.
It's, I mean,
I
it's.
ran out of stamps.
Do you see what's in his hand?
Yeah, high
Look.
rollers.
Pay his play to stay.
Hey,
Sorry.
Yeah, let me see what's. Yeah, so I didn't make the list.
Fellas, you
then,
got
I
another
guess.
tune for
Hey, we'll
us?
talk about
Yeah,
it.
you want us to play? Do you want us to play one?
Just
that-
play one by yourself.
All right.
Just, I wanna
So,
hear what y'all do.
So we were going to play one, then we're going to change our minds. We're going to play another one because this one's going to be on the new album,
Well, let's hear it. Let's hear
and we can talk about the new album after.
it. All right.
This was called "Waiting on Good Luck." Well, I'm dead broke and busted. I got a dog and I cussed him 'cause I came home on red meat.
Yeah, man.
Well, I'm drunk and disgusted. That makes a person. Won't y'all leave me alone?
What'd you do?
I went to the barroom, pulled up the bar stool, drank till I couldn't see. And I'm thinking about Marksville and all things that I lost it. Maybe I should try and get clean.
Go on back home.
'Cause I'm gone, long, long gone. And I ain't ever coming back home again. 'Cause I'm gone, long, long gone. Well, I hope to leave this bar the way I came in. Dead, broke and busted, drunk and disgusted, waiting for the good luck to kick in. Well, I had me a good job. Boss man was a first-rate son of a bitch.
Why'd you quit?
I came in hungover, real long way from sober. Punched him right square in the mouth. Escorted to the front door, thrown out right on my recently unemployed broken ass. I'm thinking about that old job and all the things that I lost it. Maybe I should try and get clean.
Why doing?
'Cause I'm gone, long, long gone. And I ain't ever coming back home again. 'Cause I'm gone, long, long gone. Well, I hope to leave this job the way I came in. Dead, broke and busted, hungover and disgusted. Wait for the good luck and I'm looking for a honky-tonk queen, best I've ever seen, best I've ever seen.
Come on now, fellas.
Well, I had a good woman, at least she thought she was. All she ever did was bitch at me.
What happened, son?
I brought home the paychecks, took out that garbage. What else did she expect? When she went to cheating, I went to drinking. Maybe she's to blame for all this mess. But now as I'm leaving, I began thinking maybe I should try and get clean.
Oh, no, don't do that, man.
Cause I'm gone, 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 gone. And I ain't ever coming back home again. Cause I'm gone, gone. Well, I hope to leave this house the way I came in. Head broken, busted, drunk and disgusted, waiting for the good luck to kick in. Well, I'm waiting for the good luck to kick in. Well, I'm waiting for that good luck to kick in.
I think we all.
All right.
Damn, huh? Damn.
Yes, sir.
Damn.
That is a nice pick. I really like that pick.
You like them?
Love it.
I got a couple more for you.
I love it.
I'm gonna send you home with a couple more little things.
I'll tell you what, that's a nice pick.
Have y'all got any little plugs you'd like to tell the folks how to get in touch with you, how to book you, how to get your new music, how to get this new album coming out? I mean, just tell them what you got to tell them.
So
sound like used cars salesman.
We are going to be recording an album this year. Hopefully it'll be out by the end of the year because it's going to take us a while because we're going to put 8 or 9 songs on it. So I mean,
Might be 11 or 12.
yeah, it might be 11 or 12. We got so many backlog songs because we didn't get to record last year. So anyway, but you can look us up on our Instagram or Facebook, Jack of Diamonds. Anywhere you can download music, you can download at iTunes, Spotify. We're on Spotify, but you got to look, right?
We're on YouTube as well. But
We're on, you have to actually look. There's a couple other that comes up.
Yeah, you'll see the cover of the EP.
Yeah,
it's a black with a red diamond.
It's black with a red diamond. But then our website also that Miss Bethany Fox did for us is jodband.com.
Okay.
And that has all of our upcoming shows.
And the whole EP's on there too, also.
Yeah, that's an easy way to find it right there.
Yeah.
And y'all got some fantastic photos on your website by local Statesville photographer Michelle Gill.
Miss Michelle Gill Taylor.
Yes.
She took those photos of you
at the release party.
Release party,
Yeah.
She's another great
fantastic
supporter of
photographer.
local music, live music.
Fantastic.
She's another great supporter.
Tammy Webster, who is going to be the first band that you go see when all this madness stops? Have you got anything in the queue?
Matt, that's gonna be hard.
First one.
Jack of Diamonds.
Not watching the movers.
Hush.
I know you're raring to go and get back out on the highway and do this thing.
I guess it just depends on
What pops up?
Who is closest at the time?
Yeah.
I
Because
don't care how close they
because
are.
you're the
I don't care.
Yeah.
They can be.
Well, I have a question for you, Tammy. Who is your favorite artist? What's your favorite band?
Yeah, well, you're gonna have a hard time.
You know what?
I know it's a
I'm
hard
not even.
question.
Let's say,
It's a very
what's your
hard
top
question.
3? Your top 3
Top
that you
five.
listen to.
Top 5.
Yeah, you
I'll
can do
make
top
it
5.
easier.
Top 5 that you listen to
Right
most
now,
of the time.
just right now. What
You
you
wanna
listening
know
to
what I
right
listen
now?
to right now?
Right now.
Like most of the
Right
time,
now.
right now. Yep.
Selwyn Birchwood,
I ain't never heard of it.
phenomenal CD he just had released.
See now tell us, is he local or?
No, he's
Okay.
in Florida.
Gotcha.
Okay. Huh?
called "Living in a Burning House." His new CD.
Okay.
That's what I'm listening to right now.
All right.
Ronnie Baker Brooks.
Mm-hmm.
Lonnie Brooks' son, right?
Yes.
Yep.
Yeah, I seen Lonnie before he died many years ago.
Yeah.
I haven't seen Ronnie because before COVID, I had all kinds of tickets for different shows.
But they all.
His got canceled.
Ah,
Walter
yes,
Trout's another one I listened
Oh,
to.
yes.
I didn't get
I know
to
him.
see him because of the COVID.
So you had all these tickets
Of course,
and all
now
this stuff.
local, it's going to be Matt, JJ Hips, and Jamie Challenger, and I'm going to see you guys.
Yeah.
Yes.
You gotta
You
go
gotta come
see
see
these.
us.
Hey,
You
go
guys
see
are
these
great.
We
guys.
had
Sounded
such a
great.
good time at our shows. I mean, we
Sounded
really,
great.
because
Hey.
I learned from JVC. You know who JVC
I
is?
don't.
Mr. James Vincent Carroll.
Oh, okay, yes.
I learned from
I think he's gonna be on the
JVC.
show next. Yeah.
Music's good. I love music. We all love music. We love playing music. But if you can't entertain the people,
learned from him.
if you can't entertain,
he's
I've learned from
Whiskey
him.
Foxtrot guys.
Yes,
came on
sir.
here
Sam
really
and
talked
Seth.
about him.
You know, I mean, but if you can't entertain the people and make them want to come back to you,
exactly
then
right.
that's a problem.
What's the point? What's the
That's a
point?
problem.
What's the point? If you're not entertaining somebody,
Right.
which I hope this show is doing.
And it is. But at the same time.
What's the point of coming back? And you nailed it, man. That's showbiz right there.
That's right.
Tyler, do
And
we have any shows in Kernersville, Thomasville area right now? High Point area?
anything coming up?
Mm-mm.
I'm not
No,
sure.
we're trying to branch out, but I'll tell you what, I do all my booking on Facebook, which, by the way, for the future musicians coming up, is not the way to book.
No.
It's
your website.
Yeah, it's not the
It's
way to book.
convenient.
These guys got a website.
It's convenient, but it's not
It's
going to work.
jodband.com.
Yeah.
Folks, don't be fooled by imitators. If you're the originators, like these two fellas right here,
We play a lot of covers, but we play a lot of originals too.
well, you do it, I think, because you have to.
Right.
Yeah.
Right? Folks, we're going to be back next week with one more of them real good times. Boys, y'all want to play one going out? Or
Yes.
what? Y'all
Yes,
wanna
sir,
just
I would
do a little
love to.
something just going out here. We can do it if you want to.
What you got?
Do a little slow blues here. How you
yeah.
feel about some slow blues,
I'm
man?
gonna tell you what,
I'm a
brother.
fan.
You
got
know what?
slow
You know
blues?
what you said right there. You just said what I was getting ready to say. Let's just do it like this.
Half
something
cup
like,
of coffee would be a good one. You want to play? Let's see. I think you've listened to this one a time or two, ain't you, man?
I think I have.
Remember, I'm gonna give you the first solo, man. Make me proud.
All right. So this one's called Half Cup of Coffee. It's off our EP. You can download it anywhere. I wake up in the morning to a half-empty cup of coffee and a bug scattered half-written song. But I just leave them